Welcome to 60 Skills. Today's topic is, what is the difference between spirit magic and Kabbalah? Spirit magic, as it is commonly practiced, is often used in things like the grimoire tradition. The Taoists, for example, have their registries of spirits. In many Buddhist systems, you have what is called deity fusion. Essentially what these are intelligences and powers that have a will of their own. In the Western canon, we tend to associate these with the planets. So you can have Venusian spirits aligned with Venus, Mercurial spirits aligned with Mercury, solar spirits aligned with the Sun, so on and so forth. As an additional note, solar spirits are frequently referred to as angels. And there's a reason for this that we'll get to in a moment. So, okay, that deals with spirit magic. Kabbalah, on the other hand, particularly Kabbalah as practiced in the Franz Barden lineage, is the utilization of underlying forces. This is much like what the universe is constructed out of. And while these are not actual physical things that we can identify piecemeal under a microscope, they do represent the inherent constituents of matter on a very primal level. Essentially, these are broken out in an elemental form. So you have letters associated with fire. You have letters associated with air. You have letters associated with water. And you have letters associated with earth. Additionally, if you consider akasha to be an element, you can say certain letters are associated with akasha. Now, whether the letters exist as discrete things or not is a matter of debate in the community. What can be said is the elemental derivation of the letters exist as a kind of roadmap or signpost on a frequency of energies, for lack of a better term. Now, the difference here, and the primary difference between the two, is that the Kabbalistic letters are what we call blind forces. They are not in and of themselves intelligent. So, what is the difference between practicing spirit magic and practicing Kabbalah? Well, the primary one is that in spirit magic, you are again dealing with intelligent entities. You are dealing with things that have a will of their own goals, and their own interests. With Kabbalah, on the other hand, you don't have this. These are more the building blocks, or if you will, God levers, out of which the universe is constructed. So the advantage to working with spirit magic is that you have an intelligence to work with in the pursuit of whatever goal it is you're attempting to achieve, whether this is accomplishing something in the physical world or simply looking for information. Engaging these entities involves a transference of information between two intelligent entities, the other one, of course, being you. Now, with Kabbalah, you don't have this. So the difficulty with Kabbalah is you have to figure out how to utilize it. Certain authors, such as Franz Barden in his seminal work, The Key to the True Kabbalah, points out the various signposts along the way and what many of these things do. This is incredibly useful. Now, that said, the advantage to Kabbalah is that you are not dealing with an intelligent entity. You are not dealing with something that has a mind of its own. So in this case, there is no manipulation or modification of what you're seeing. Additionally, when engaging Kabbalah, because of the gravity of the various letters, you tend to end up drawing entities towards you that work with that particular energy form. These may be communicative or they may be standoffish. It simply depends upon the nature of what you're dealing with. So when you're dealing with spirits, you're basically dealing with a partnership. This partnership can work to your advantage or it can work against you. The other advantage being, as long as you provide the entity the necessary energy to accomplish a various task, it can act upon your behalf 24/7. That is, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With the Kabbalistic letters, on the other hand, they only work for you when you're actually generating or harnessing the energy associated with that. So this can be considered a bit of a disadvantage. But again, because there's no partnership with the energy, you don't owe the energy anything either, any more than you would owe a brick or a hammer anything. So these are the main differences between the two. One, spirit magic is a partnership with all the advantages and disadvantages associated with that. The other one is energy that can be harnessed, but it's a blind force, so it doesn't tell you how to utilize it. Again, with all the advantages and disadvantages associated with that. So that is the difference between spirit magic, or planetary magic, or grimoire work, or Taoist registries, or Buddhist deity fusion, and Kabbalah as typified by Franz Barden's Kabbalah. So if you like the lecture, please subscribe at the link down below. Otherwise, be well.